Hello students, welcome to one and all in the online session. Everyone stay home, stay safe and improve your immunity. Myself Mr. D.D. Patil from Siddheshwar Girls High School, Solapur. In Science and Technology of 9th Standard, chapter number 1, Laws of Motion. Today we are going to discuss about the Newton's Laws of Motion. Sir Isaac Newton, a great physicist, established three important laws of motion. Those are named as Newton's first law of motion, Newton's second law of motion, and Newton's third law of motion. Before discussing these laws, we are focus on some examples are given on page number 12. Number 1. A static object, याचा अर्थ स्थिर वस्तू, does not move without the application of a force. Second one, the force which is sufficient to lift a book from a table is not sufficient to lift the table. पुस्तक उचलण्यासाठी पुरेसा असणारा बल टेबल उचलण्यासाठी पुरेसा नसतो. Third one, fruits on a tree fall down when its branches are shaken. Shaken याचा अर्थ हलवल्यामुळे. Fourth one, an electric fan keeps on rotating for some time even after it is switched off. If we look for a reason for the above examples, here we realized that every object have some inertia. Inertia याचा अर्थ जडत्व. We have learnt that inertia is related to the mass of the object. जडत्व हा वस्तूच्या वस्तुमानाशी संबंधित असते. Newton's first law of motion describes this very property and is therefore also called the law of inertia. Means all examples related to the inertia are the examples of Newton's first law of motion. Next concept is Newton's first law of motion. Before discussing this concept, everyone do the activity that is given in the let's try this on page number 12, and finally you conclude the conclusion. Here we observed that the cardboard fly away but the coin falls into the glass. According to the observation, here we can discuss on balanced and unbalanced force, संतुलित आणि असंतुलित बल. We must have played tug of war, ज्याला आपण रस्सी खेच असे म्हणतो. So long as the forces applied by both the sides are equal, that is balanced. The center of the rope is static, याचा अर्थ stationary, in spite of the applied forces. On the other hand, when the applied forces become unequal, that is unbalanced, then a net force gets applied in the direction of the greater force and the center of the rope shifts in that direction. According to this, here we can stated the Newton's first law. Everyone listen carefully and note it in your notebook. An object continues to remain at a rest or in a state of a uniform motion along a straight line unless an external unbalanced force acts on it. याचा अर्थ एखादी वस्तू स्थिर असेल किंवा एकसमान गतीत असेल जोपर्यंत असंतुलित बाह्यबल प्रयुक्त होत नाही तोपर्यंत ती वस्तू त्याच अवस्थेत असते. When an object is at rest or in uniform motion along a straight line, it does not mean that no force is acting on it. Actually, there are number of forces acting on it, but they cancel one another so that the net force is zero. Newton's first law explains the phenomenon of inertia. Here everyone observe the definition of inertia, that is the inability of an object to change its state of motion on its own. It also explains the unbalanced forces which cause a change in the state of an object at rest or in uniform motion. Therefore, Newton's first law of motion, that is also called as a law of inertia. Next and important concept is Newton's second law of motion. This concept can be explained with the help of the examples given in Let's Try This on page number 13. If you observe the example carefully, then we cleared that those are familiar to us. First one, ask your friend to drop one plastic and one rubber ball from the same height. Second question, you catch the balls. Which ball was easier to catch and why? The answer of this question is the plastic ball was easier to catch because the mass of a plastic ball is much less than that of rubber ball. B. Number 1. Ask your friend to throw a ball towards you at a slow speed. Try to catch it. Now, ask your friend to throw the same ball at a high speed towards you. Try to catch it. Here also, which ball could you catch with a greater ease and why? The answer of this question is the ball at a slow speed could be caught with a greater ease relative to the ball at a high speed. A ball with a low speed produces less impact than a ball with a high speed. According to these examples, we conclude that the effect of one object striking another object depends both on the mass of the former object and its velocity. This means that the effect of a force depends on a property related to both mass and velocity of the striking object. This property was termed momentum by Sir Isaac Newton. So everyone listen the definition of momentum. Momentum represented by P, ज्याला मराठीमध्ये संवेग असे म्हणतात. Momentum is the product of mass and velocity of an object. Therefore, P is equal to m into v. Momentum is a vector quantity because it has a magnitude as well as a direction. Its direction is the same as that of a velocity. In SI system, the unit of momentum is kilogram meter per second, while in a CGS system, it is gram centimeter per second. So, everyone hear the Newton's second law of motion, that is, the rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force and the change of a momentum occurs in the direction of the force. Suppose an object of a mass m has an initial velocity u. When a force F is applied in the direction of its velocity for time t, then its velocity becomes v. The initial momentum of the object, that is equal to mu, and its final momentum after time t, that is equal to mv. Therefore, rate of change of momentum, that is equal to change in momentum upon time. Therefore, rate of change of momentum is equal to change in momentum means final momentum minus initial momentum upon time is equal to mv minus mu upon t. Therefore, m into bracket v minus u upon t. But v minus u upon t, that is equal to a, means acceleration. Therefore, rate of change of momentum is equal to ma. According to the Newton's second law of motion, The rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force. Therefore, MA is directly proportional to F. Therefore, F is equal to KMA. Here, K is equal to constant of proportionality and its value is 1. Therefore, F is equal to M into A, or F is equal to MA. This equation is known as the force equation. According to this derivation, we conclude that if the same force is applied on a different objects, then the change in momentum is the same. On page number 14, gives information about the unit of a force. In SI system, the unit of a force is Newton, and the Newton is defined as the force necessary to cause an acceleration of 1 meter per second square in an object of a mass 1 kilogram is called as a 1 Newton. Therefore, 1 Newton is equal to 1 kilogram into 1 meter per second square. In CGS system, the unit of force is a dyne. 1 dyne is defined as the force is necessary to cause an acceleration of 1 centimeter per second square in an object of a mass 1 gram is called as a 1 dyne. Therefore, 1 dyne is equal to 1 gram into 1 centimeter per second square. According to this, here asked one of the simple question, obtain the relation between the Newton and the dyne. You obtain by in this way, force is equal to mass into acceleration. Therefore, the unit of force is a 1 Newton is equal to 1 kilogram into 1 meter per second square is equal to 10 raised to 3 gram into 10 raised to 2 centimeter per second square is equal to 10 raised to 5 gram centimeter per second square. Now, 1 dyne is equal to 1 gram centimeter per second square. Therefore, 1 Newton N is equal to 10 raised to 5 dyne. Here also asked one of the brief question having a 3 marks. Starting from a Newton's second law of motion, deduce the force equation. Every students observe the question given in the Use Your Brain Power on page number 14 and write their answer in your notebook. Thank you. Good day.